generally, when you're looking at sports dataset, you might be interested to see who was the last person to win Wimbledon, for example, or the Tour de France, or whatever sport you're trying to portray right now. It's like sorry. Yeah, these are the classical things that we look for when you have dataset about sport. So in our project, we wanted to do something different. So we exploited linked open data to explore other sides of sport, like culture, like media representation, and other social issues. So we present to you the LODLYMPICS. Our goal is to present different views, as I said, on sports, and Olympics is a combination of unstructured data and structured data. We have 5 themes. So the first theme is sports in visual art. So we were looking at all the artworks that were present in the sources that we analyzed. We will talk about you later. And we extracted all the paintings and all the artworks that had something that had to do with sport by looking at taxonomies like icon class or other thesaurus of the resources. We've also put a spotlight on one specific episode that happened during the Olympics, the 1968 Olympic Black Salute. So we analyzed newspapers from the digital library to see how it was represented by media, and also we tried to link it with linked open data. We look at representation bias, so what language patterns are used when describing female versus male athletes. Like, for example, we have this word clouds here. You can notice that when we talk about females, female is there. When we talk about male, male is not there in the word cloud. I wonder why we have to highlight these things, that female is female. And then married is there. I wonder why. Anyways, more than athletes. This is the 4th theme. And here we explore other aspects of an athlete's life. So, for example, what are other occupations of former or current athletes, and which athletes are part of the Olympics naturalization phenomenon. So when a nation basically tells someone, oh, we give you a passport if you play with us for the Olympics. So to give you some more information about this, the top 10 countries that provides Olympic naturalizations are on the right, on the left, and the top occupation of the Olympic athletes are on the right. So we're showing this now because we have a web app, but we didn't have time to put all in the web app. So yeah. 5th theme is the story of Duke Kanahamoku. He was a swimmer of the Hawaii, so he was actually part of the US, but because of his ethnicity, he was often represented in media in a more derogatory way. So we analyzed Dutch articles about him and see how he was portrayed, and also looked into Wikipedia and other sources of news, and made it all linked open data. So again, these are, for example, the 20 most frequent adjectives when talking about this person, and we also have the polarity of the articles and the phrases. Okay, so in these hours we analyzed more than 150 sources. We did a lot of different things. Like for the linked open data, we looked at the Rijksmuseum and icon class thesaurus. Then for linked open data and images, we looked at Wikidata, Europeana, with more than 150 archives. For text, we looked at Delpher, which is the National Library dataset for news articles, Wikinews and Wikipedia. And I would love to keep talking about all the things that we did, like knowledge extraction, data cleaning, entity linking. We actually managed to fix a lot of problems in Wikidata, yes, but I'd rather show you what we did in the app. So let's explore it if I still have time. Okay. Here we are, LODLYMPICS. So the first category was the representation of art. So because we linked all the artworks with some sport tags, the user can search. For example, if we want to do tennis, we can search here, and we will have all the linked open data about images of tennis. If we view the details, we get also the metadata, in this case from Europeana. And we have different sources, like we have also Wikidata, so we can look for skates winter. And we will have, again, all the artworks that are connected to this discipline with other subjects that are also depicted. So this was more of the visual exploration of sport. Then from the social perspective, we have the Black Power salute. So we made, we extracted quotes that are related to this from our sources, like Wikipedia and the Dutch repository. And this is also actually in linked open data. So on the back end, there is an app that works on React.js that works with JSON LD, for example, so it's compatible with linked open data. We performed entity linking on the text from the Dutch library, so we have extracted relationships that we can use, and these are all properties of Wikidata, for example. So we actually extracted all these relationships and entities from the various texts that we analyzed. And because we had time, we also did some NLP to like count, for example, the frequent adjectives. Again, we're talking about Tommy Smith, for example, and Harry Edwards, which are some of the protagonists of this event. And the final thing that we will show you today is the representation bias part. So basically, we were looking at how female versus male representation was on both linked open data and unstructured data. And we found out a lot of different things. And also, we were looking at the difference between the representation of Olympics versus Paralympics. So to give you some examples, we noticed that there is a vast imbalance when talking about the amount of news that we have on Olympic athletes against Paralympic athletes as entities of Wikipedia, for example. And also, when looking at the unstructured data for the National Library, we noticed that these are the female-focused words that happen in articles talking about women in sport. And these are the words that are about people of color. So, of course, we have to think about that this is an historical data source, so it might be that there are some offensive words. I would have no idea because I don't speak Dutch. So yeah, basically we had 18 hours like everyone else. So in the end, for the last two case studies, we have some results, but we were not able to load everything into the app. But okay, so we can. What? Okay. What can we show? Like, do we show the Slack when we have more images? The quotes. Okay. Yes. The quotes. Yes. So.
So these were extracted from the Delphi database. So they were first translated into English. Then we used the quotation extraction with natural language processing, and then we relinked through Wikidata also the mention. So if Bruno, if you can go also upwards in the text, whenever entity is clicked, there is also a Wikidata Sparkle endpoint that fetches information about the entities. So this is like an enrichment of a journal article. And this was summarized automatically by the journals that mentioned these people during the date of the 1968. So it's basically a wrapper over a ton of data that is ingested. And it was hungry, and we fed it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.